So before we start stamping, we are going to die cut our leaves. So I have the Holly Berry and Leaf set by HeroArts, and I'm using some Neenah White cardstock, 110 pound cardstock. So I have my cutting plates here. I'm actually going to use a little washi tape to hold down the images if I can find the end of this tape. So now that we've cut them out, I'm going to show you how I stamp them. So we're going to be using the HeroArts Holly Jolly Stamp set. I got this from our local Ben Franklin here. In Hawaii, we don't have a lot of craft stores, so Ben Franklin and a lot of smaller name stores is it. So I'm going to show you how I stamp this out. So just I have my acrylic block here. This is a Fiskar's acrylic block. I started out with these. We're going to be using the, if you can see it, the Garden Green stamp pad by Stampin' Up. I love this color. So we are just going to one that fills it in, and I'm just going to place that onto my acrylic block. Also, it doesn't have to be perfect. And you're going to see that this might lift up your stamp pad, so you want to hold it down. A lot of ink is going to get onto here. So we're just going to take our leaf. I like to line up the the veins of the leaf with the bottom part. So I'm just going to line it up to the best as I can. Okay, this one is going to really stick, so you want to be careful because you do want to rub it in. I've noticed it not getting colored in the entire leaf area. So now we're going to move on to our holly berries. Now I'm going to stamp the holly berries, and I am using Stampin' Up's Cherry Cobbler. And I love this color for the berries. It's really cool. So I'm going to do the outline first, and I'm using my tiny acrylic block for this. So it does pick up a lot of ink, so nice and juicy. Stamp. Beautiful. Now we're going to go ahead and emboss the leaves. So now we're going to emboss the leaves. I'm using Ranger's embossing ink pad in clear. With my tweezer tool, EK tweezer tool. So I'm going to, I have this. This is clear embossing powder by Ranger. I'm I'm just going to, I don't know if you can see, sprinkle it on, just like that. Take it, tap it off. Tap up all the excess. And I take it directly to my key tool. You can see it's now nice and glossy. You're gonna see it curl, but that's okay. You can, once it cools, you can go ahead and uncurl it. Actually, it's gonna cool really fast. So I'm gonna do it again with our second leaf that I'm hiding. Okay. That's it. So I'm going to, okay, this is what I do, especially with these berries, because very little embossing powder gets on top, so I do it twice. So I heat set it. When it's really hot, I put it back in without turning off my heat tool, and I do it again. And it has a nice shine to it, a nice depth of shine in it. So lay it down, put this down. Oh, I should really squeeze that thing so it comes off. And I'm going to do the same with this one. Pick it up with, tap off the excess. I'm going to show you. So I have, this is heat set once, and you can see it's not very shiny, and that does not do well with me. So I'm just gonna, because it's already cool, it's not gonna stick. So I'm gonna heat it again for a couple seconds, bring it to the powder, and there you go. Beautiful shine. Now that we have all our leaves and everything prepped, we can go ahead and stamp our card. So now we're going to stamp our card, and we are actually going to stamp on the leaves. That's the base leaves. So we're going to use the leaf again. And this is just a regular sail pat silicone mat that I had lying around. So again, we're going to use the Garden Green stamp pad by Stampin' Up. And I am going to stamp. And it's okay if this isn't perfect because this is going to be under these leaves. So I'm going to try and find a perfect place to place this. So I think I'm going to do it like right there. That's pretty. Okay. Okay. I actually like to do stamping on top of an extra sheet of paper, which I didn't pull out. It's actually just a scratch paper that I have lying around, just so I don't have to do so much cleanup on my silk hat. Okay, we're going to do the other leaves now. Okay, I line up the tips of where I know it's at. So I know that is there. Actually, find the stem, and the stem usually leads up to the tip of the middle leaf. And that is the base card. And now we're going to go ahead and stamp the sentiment onto the white cardstock. So now we're going to go ahead and emboss the sentiment onto our card. And I am using this burgundy pearl color. It's a Hampton. embossing powder, and I have a little scratch paper to catch all the extra that falls off. But I'm taking again my embossing ink by Ranger, inking it up really good, and the color on my stamp is not going to transfer onto my sentiment. I'm gonna put it where I want it. I don't know where I want it there. So I heat set that, and we're going to put our leaves on the card now. So I have these little adhesive squares that I cut up from my roll over here. This is my roll of adhesive. I know it's huge. You do not need to get this huge roll, but I do a lot of cards and I like to layer them, so I bought the big one. And once I get all my dots on, I'll be right back. So I've stuck on the first top leaf and I've put on my adhesives on here just to show you. And I know the positions of the leaves. So I know I need one here and here for this leaf. I'm just going to put that there. Make sure you line it up as best as you can. Right there, and don't worry, we're going to trim it off, and then another adhesive for this leaf, which is going here. And I want the center leaf to go right on top there. So I'm taking my center and I'm looking at it from the top. It's going to go right on top there. Now, before we cut off the sides, we're going to adhere it to our card right here. So, I adhere it first before I trim off the sides because I want this end to be sticking out over the white part. I'm just going to trim off the top. So I'm going to use a double stick adhesive. I misplaced my dispenser for this. I don't know where it is. I'm keeping it in the box until I find it. So I'm going to put my adhesive on the white cardstock if I can find the end of the tape, which I should have marked. Okay, I think I found it. Found it. No, I didn't find it. No, I did find it. Okay, so I'm going to take this adhesive. Oh my gosh, it's not coming off. And I'm just going to line it up right there, the end. I'm just going to press this down. Now is the time we're going to trim off the ends of the leaves. I'm going to take my scissors, my sharper scissors, and I'm going to just trim off the end. I notice I have a little white cardstock sticking out too, so I'm going to trim that also. Perfect. So now I'm going to just clean this all up and over your back, and then we're going to put on our berries. So now we're going to stick on our berries onto here, and we're going to use the same foam adhesives. So I'm just going to choose the prettiest one to go onto here, and I'm just going to take a foam. Make sure it fits on the back of your berry. You don't want any adhesive sticking out. So I'm going to take this, stick it right onto here. I think that looks pretty. Oh my gosh, it looks so cute. And then I'm going to put more adhesive on the back of all these other berries. that this is our finished, there we have it, our finished card. And you can go ahead and add a sentiment on the inside like what I did on here, and just a white cardstock that's a little smaller than the base. I'll have all the measurements listed in my blog, and you can click on the link below. And all the tools I have will be in my description box, and don't forget to subscribe. So here is the finished card, and I want to thank you for joining me here in the first card in our 2014 Christmas series. All the description of how to make this card is going to be on my blog, as well as all the measurements and tools that I've used. So if you like this card, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, please help me. Leave me a comment below and tell me how I could improve. And also, yeah, this is my first card of the Christmas series. I'm so excited to be working with all the people that I'm working with, and I'm just really excited. So here is my finished card. My inspiration for this card, I actually saw another YouTube video by Jennifer McGuire, and she actually gave me her video gave me the inspiration to make this card, because I did not know how to use my stamps and dies for this. So but yeah, check out her page. I'll put a link of her YouTube channel in the description below too. So as always, happy crafting.